before. Thank you for fitting this into your schedule. I know we've got a busy time. Want to call this meeting to order. And we have one action item here, and that is the discussion and/or action on the audit firm engagement letter. That was sent to the audit committee previously. And Jackie Dudley joins us today. She's our interim CFO, Vice President of Finance and Administration. And I'm going to turn that over to her and let her lead that discussion.
All right, thank you. I know this is probably something the audit committee has not done historically here at Eastern, but this is the charge of the audit committee is to direct the audit. So I felt it really appropriate to bring the engagement letter back to the committee for approval, and then a determination on whether they take it forward to the board. So in review of the engagement letter, it's very standard. There's a lot to it, but there's nothing in this engagement letter out of the ordinary. It lays out what the audit services will be, the cost of the audit, the auditor's responsibilities, and our responsibilities to some degree. I'm happy to answer any specific questions if anyone has them, but this is really a housekeeping item, and we really can't move forward with our audit until we execute the engagement letter.
I'll make a motion, Teresa, we accept the engagement letter and move forward.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Garth. Any other discussion? With that, then we'll call for a vote. Those in favor say aye, raise your hand, or vote. Thank you. Any opposed? Very good. Well, motion carries, and we'll send this to the full board with our recommendation. Then that'll be in the board packet. Dana, you already have that, and we'll just include that in the board packet, and we'll see that when we get together then.
Could I ask a question?
Yes.
So the audit committee has approved the engagement letter. So are we going forward for approval to the board, or just informing them? And I ask that because we have some audit work that needs to begin before the board meeting.
Well, it'll be a consent agenda, I would assume. But I mean, we've never approved this in the past, Jackie. And the reason being is because we had a contract that unless we chose not to engage Crow again, that they were going to be hired on a year-to-year basis, and it never came in front of the board or the audit committee every year. And that was the reason why, because it was approved on a multi-year deal, but it was on a year-to-year deal. So we've never had this in the past.
I'm comfortable, Teresa, to your question. If we've got work to move forward, given the fact there is a contract and the audit committee's now approved it, if this committee's comfortable, I'm comfortable putting it forward to the board as just kind of a notice item that it had this committee's approval and the work commenced under the contract Alan's already talked about. But I leave that to your discretion, Teresa.
That is perfectly fine with me. Let me just look at the other board members. Edwin, Garth, you have any objections to that?
I have none at all. I'm for whatever y'all want to do.
Okay, fantastic. All right then. So it's been approved.
We'll consider it approved.
Yep.
Thank you.
Teresa, I did want to ask one other question while we were together, because I thought it was going to come in front of this committee and hasn't.
Okay.
And I know we've had this Pioneer Ventures thing hanging out there, and it caused us a lot of problems in our previous audit. And I thought we were going to possibly meet to discuss that as to whether, the university needed to get out of that investment, for lack of better terminology. I don't know what really you would call it. And one of the reasons I'm bringing it up now is because probably by the time you have another meeting, I will be off the board. Mm-hmm. So that was the reason, because it's been something that's been sort of hanging out there. We didn't want to do anything with it until we got the audit finished. But I wanted to get that out there in front of everyone because it does greatly concern me personally as a board member.
I think my view on that was just waiting to give Jackie a little more time. And I know that her hands have been full with all of this. And now that we've got the engagement letter, just maybe getting past the May 16 board meeting, and we can follow up with a meeting after that, if that's okay with you, Alan.
Yeah, that's fine. I just don't want this to get dropped if I roll off the board before it comes up, because I do think it's very important. I think we're in a situation that's, as we saw in our last audit, that causes some concern.
Mhm.
It caused concern with the auditors. It caused concern with me because just having the history of it that I had before, and I don't need to go into that at this point in time. But that's the only thing. I just don't want to see it get dropped
Okay.
and something not done with regard to it. Look, at least have a good hard discussion and figure out what we need to do, if anything.
Sure. Very good. Well, I will follow up with you. And then Dana, I'll be back in touch with you to schedule a meeting. All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Anyone else? All right. Then I'll call motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Okay. We stand adjourned. You guys have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.